Looks like it now. Yep, I just got the notification.
Excellent. Give it a minute because we'll, of course, have the audio feedback as soon as my YouTube starts. We get that. That's what we do.
Yep.
No, I have it on mute for a change. So I think we're live on both platforms.
We are. I actually just got notification.
That's the funny the.
Oh, it's my niece Haley Wren, the one that lives down in Bayou.
Oh, excellent.
Yes. Good evening, Mr. Bryce. Hello.
Hello there.
Well, I see Mr. Notman. Got a bunch of people in there, so I guess we'll get started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to week 2 of Finding Kenoooooobi. I'm Spencer. I'm one of your hosts tonight. I'm with our producer, de jour, Dave. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm doing really well. It's a lovely, fun, even though it's Revenge of the Fifth, having a good day.
It's always a good day. We're very excited about this because honestly, to me, this is my favorite of the prequel movies. Just something about it. I like the street scenes and Coruscant, and I like seeing like real life in Star Wars, not just like a sand dune or inside of a building. You actually see them walking down the street and
yes.
That's what I liked about the most about this movie. But very excited because it's the second movie in our storyline of the before Battle of Yavin. So we're all looking at the arc of young Obi-Wan. As you can see in the top left corner above Dave, we're going to watch Sith, and then we're going to watch a number of the episodes of the Clone Wars cartoon that were very prevalent to the arc of young Obi-Wan. After that trailer yesterday, we talked a little bit about last night when we did our pop-up, but Uncle Owen was savage.
yes, just like he just walked out, mic drop, boom.
Like I said, it was that whole thing from Falcon and Winter Soldier. He might be a prick, but he's not wrong. So
it's so very correct. Like I said, I think I said this last night, I think there's a whole other element to the character, is almost like a caring for his brother that we haven't seen.
Right.
They didn't have a whole lot of a relationship that we know of.
But it might have had to do with Shmi as well, because he had a lot of time. He had more time with Shmi than Anakin did.
Right.
So it could be out of love for his stepmother as well. So that, this is her grandson. This is Klieg's grandson,
Yeah.
So it's a whole bunch of stuff. But also, very excited about the fact that Hasbro released everything for pre-order today. So yes, I put in my order for the helmet, the Vader helmet.
I can't do another one. I have one.
I know.
I can.
Yeah, I know, but I had to because I was like, I need to get it for my collection. You go find addition to my collection. I figured I might as well go grab that one while having that. But other than that, we are exactly 3 weeks away from day 1 of Celebration. And it's pretty incredible.
Good evening, Catherine. It's like I just saw you moments ago. But yes, that will make a fine addition to your collection. That will be a good one. And in all honesty, I'm kind of okay with the one that I have. Yes, that one looks really cool, but I'm not going for a collectible one. I want to wear this one. I want to finish my Vader costume and cosplay.
Yeah.
And use this. So
right.
I'm all
absolutely hear you. So so we're 3 weeks away from our first day of Celebration, which is going to be absolutely insane in that capacity, but also now less than 3 weeks away from not only the not so virtual Cantina, which is going to be Tuesday, 24th of May at the Hilton Anaheim bar, but also the 3rd annual Bunta Eve Cantina, which is just getting bigger and better and badder by the day. It's the 3 Bs, I like to call that. Dave, you've been seeing a lot of like obviously you're on the grassroots ground floor of everything we're doing. I mean, from an outsider's perspective, how do you foresee this to be um, you know,
I mean,
portrayed, everything like released to the world? This whole gargantuan thing of that, as I said on the meeting on Tuesday night, we really have no business doing this, but we are. So
right now, I have more autographs that I want to get at Boonta Eve than I will be getting at Celebration. Now, some of that, is, but such reasonably priced autographs. I love the fact that the people that are going to be there are people that we have met, internet met on this show.
mm-hmm.
A lot of them, and I'm looking forward to meeting them in person and getting those autographs. And you know me, you've seen the unboxings, even
Yes.
those of you watching. I've been getting stuff for those for a long time. So yeah, looking totally forward to Boonta Eve. Looking forward to the first Thursday, the Thursday of Celebration. I've got 2 autographs scheduled.
Should people be very excited about this event? Do you think that people really should be like getting really jazzed about it?
Yes, people should be getting excited and jazzed. I was talking to somebody yesterday, I don't know, Tuesday, talking to somebody about all the massive stuff that I am bringing to get signed at mostly Boonta Eve, and I bought a new carry-on suitcase to fit it all.
As you should. Now, here's a good question before we get back to Boonta Eve that Josh Freeze is in the crowd. Josh, thank you very much for commenting, and I've seen you making a lot of comments in the page the last couple of days, so thank you for that. You said how many autographs or photo ops are in one day doable? I'm going to use a personal example of my Sunday of Celebration 2019. I actually had 7 autographs and 4 photo ops that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I also went to the 20th anniversary panel of Phantom Menace. So I basically stacked them. Like I was sometimes when you have the times for autographs or for autographs, not for photo ops, is you might have like a 10:30 for one actor, but a 2:30 for another actor. But when you went to the autograph room, you got checked into the room. It's not like anybody could just walk in because people think you're taking selfies of that nature. You had to actually have an autograph ticket for a particular time to get in there. But what I did was as well, because they didn't really check the times as much, is some of the actors were actually still in the autograph room when I was in there for an earlier one. I just jumped in line. So I didn't go back at 2:30 in the afternoon. If they were signing and they already, saw that I was in the autograph hall, I just kept on going. Like I didn't stop. So, there's always that possibility that you can do that, and just get done earlier in the day or later in the day at the time frames, because they really didn't really care too much as long as they got the tickets scanned of the time frame. So, you can make it as big as you want it to be. I mean, I don't know if it's Epic Ops running it again, which I think it is, and they ran Chicago. It's going to be the same scenario from there. So yeah, but Boonta Eve, like Dave said,
Well, hang on. I'm still on the question for a second,
okay,
because I'm going to give you the other level. So how, like, ballpark in how long? You said you got the one in the morning and the one at the 2:30. You're going to spend a lot of time in different amounts of time in different lines.
Yes.
There's no real way to predict that. So I'm just saying the amount of autographs I think you can get depends on who you are. If you are Spencer, you can get all the autographs. If you are Joanna, you are going to get all the autographs. Me personally, I have scheduled currently for the Thursday like 2 that I think are going to be relatively short lines and small lines to kind of get my feet wet and get broken into the deal and have plenty of time to go do panels and walk the floor and do whatever else I want to do. And like I've got my Ewan scheduled for Friday that I'm planning on being in line for a long time.
But yeah, it's really how you want to do it. I mean, like I said, it's that I went nuts in Chicago, and to the point where that I'm looking at this current lineup of Celebration, and if I was going, I probably would have gotten 4 of the actors. because to me, everybody else is going to be on the circuit. Katie O'Brien, who is announced for Celebration, was just announced for for Rhode Island Comic Con. So I'm kind of like, okay, and Carrie Jones is going to be at Rhode Island Comic Con. So I'm like, all right, well, they would have been knocked off of my Celebration list because I can get them, elsewhere. And I'm always in favor of, if someone's available to you and you could save a couple of bucks, go and do it. But it's not going to ruin your Celebration experience because there's a million other things you can do besides getting autographs or photo ops there. It's just hitting the people that are tough to get or have never been on a concert before. So,
and I'm hitting who I want and who I'm gonna not gonna be able to see in July at my local con at GalaxyCon. Is Bryce is asking who do I have on the Thursday, and I figured to warm up is I need an Emily Swallow. I'm gonna do Emily Swallow, and I'm gonna go check in with the fam, and I'm gonna go see Kevin Thompson.
There you go.
So that's what that's how I'm gonna learn. I'm gonna make it easy, and then we'll go to Ewan, and one other day I'm probably gonna schedule an Anthony Daniels, but I haven't scheduled a day yet.
Very cool, very cool. But yeah, so but yeah, I would agree with you there. Is that right now, looking at what we have for Bunta, I probably would be getting more autographs at Bunta than I would for the autograph hall for currently right now, if I was going. But either way, I mean, you never know who might show up at Bunta that, you might be having a liquid shorts with, and then, oh, hi, how are you? Boom. Hi, here's your Funko. But
there will be many things in my bag.
Yes, you have contingency plans as you will. But yeah, no, I'm excited about that. I'm excited about I submitted what I consider the final draft of Bunta to the Skywalkers for their notes, and once I get those back, I'm sending it off to Kevin for his final notes, and then we have a solidified show. The singers are all in their order, and we gotta.
And I will not give spoilers, but I love the order. Like I said, as I went through like a fine tooth comb when you put that out for preview.
And even that extra song that you were waiting on, it honestly is in the right place for the show too. So that was just like it was the will of the force, that I placed it, in the right place. But it's gonna be a fun show. I'm excited about it. It's gonna we're adding a lot more interactive elements into it, with more interviews and stuff like that, during the show, as opposed to, just on camera. It'll be on camera as well, but, live for everybody else to actually hear the interview in the crowd, as opposed to, pulling them aside and jumping ahead. Why not? We got the actors there. We got the singers there. They should talk about the performances. So it'll be great for there. We got some great merchandise, some great swag, great food, great drink. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you join up for us, and also join up for us with at the photo, the family portrait that we're gonna have on Saturday. It'll be a lot of fun as well. If you happen to have any of our VC shirts or racers, we encourage you to wear that.
Okay, if we're gonna do like live exit interviews with the judges on like how our people did, we need to go back and get some people that can't sing, because all of our people are too good. I want to hear like Dominic Pace say that somebody sounded like a bloated hippopotamus, like Simon Cowell on Idol. I mean, come on, we need to go get some singers that, like, maybe I'll have to get up there and sing, and he can say.
I think you should sing anyway. But yes, but I think what's also great about what we're doing as well is that there might be elements that might only be available on the VCN, and there might be elements that might just be available on Facebook. You never know which one is going to go up there. I think we're going to probably have to sit down and chat about, if, certain elements, and announce to people, hey, these are going to be available on the VCN, and they won't be available on Facebook until after Celebration, or these might just be available on Facebook, and, eventually they'll be on, the VCN. I think we have the capability right now to do almost anything we want to do multimedia.
Oh yeah, I agree, and I think exclusives is going to be the way, because the odds that Dave is going to be sitting there and ripping things off Facebook and uploading them to the VCN in his hotel room at night are very slim.
Dave's gonna sleep as much as he possibly can because there's not gonna be enough time to sleep.
Yeah,
it's not sleep. It's crash. Let's just put it. Let's call it as it is. But yes, we're very excited about Bunta, and thank you to everybody who's there with us right now. But yeah, so Dave, what else besides you've only gone to one. I would say. I don't want to call it really a Comic-Con because you've been to actual legitimate Comic-Con.
Yeah, I am a veteran of like legitimate Comic-Cons. Okay, I haven't been to San Diego. San Diego's the biggie. That's the thing. But I've been going to Comic-Cons forever, and I've met so many comic book artists and writers and things, and gotten all my sketches. I mean, from the days when you showed up with their comic and they gave it to you.
Right.
So I've been a veteran of that. But a real, like, I mean, I don't even want to say similar to Celebration because you guys all tell me that Celebration is its own thing. But I've been to like one celebrity con, that has multiple, it's not, wrestlers and Star Wars celebrities and voice actors and cosplayers. I've been to one. And I mean, it was fabulous and it was amazing, but it was a fraction of what Celebration will be.
Now, do you think that it would have been? I have there's a method to my madness here. Do you think that GalaxyCon, when you went there, if you had not gone or met up with some of the VC family, would have been half the experience that you had?
Oh, absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was so much fun going and meeting people in real life. That's the first time I ever met Dave Lewis in real life was at GalaxyCon, and got to spend some more quality time with Skip, like April. I love you, mean it. We see each other all the time.
Yeah.
But we got to spend good quality time with others, and I probably did things that I wouldn't have done otherwise. I went into panels that were more of an interest. We kind of traded off. Are you interested in this one? Okay, well, I'll go to this one. Are you interested in it? We'll all go to this one. So I think it's a really nice experience.
Absolutely.
And I'm seeing in the chat, Bryce has one of the same autographs on the same day. Line buddies.
There you go. Well, that's pretty awesome. Now, here's a question that I've been meaning to ask you. I know you have a running list of things that overall, whether it be Star Wars or G.I. Joe or different properties of things that you actually want to get. I know, and Ghostbusters, because ever since that store in Chicago, you're like, I should have bought that stuff. What's on your list of things that you're actually going to be looking for at Celebration in the merchandise stands?
So, merch places, I am a collector of the OG Marvel run of Star Wars comics. So I'm always looking for ones that are cheap to fill in holes and stuff that I have there. I, expect that we will see some comics at Celebration. Yes. No, yeah. And I will spend my life in dollar boxes if such a thing exists. I'm not hopeful that dollar boxes will be there, but I would spend my life in dollar boxes. But stuff like I have a few figures that I want to fill in. Some of my childhood figures I can't, like Big Head Han. Don't have mine. Can't find mine. I want it in my display. I'm looking for something like that. I think I need some like a replica lightsaber for my farm boy Luke, the original 12, to put in there, and that kind of thing. That's the sort of stuff that I'm looking for. And like I mean, I'm not you, but I'm a sucker for a Star Wars t-shirt.
Yes. There's plenty of those. They're going to have a lot of stands for that. That'll be wall to wall, just t-shirts. But let me ask you this question. If you saw a rocket firing Boba at a good price, would you consider?
Is a good price less than my car?
Well, I know what you would spend for the USS flag, so I know what you would spend for that. So would you spend similar money for a Boba?
I seriously doubt I would spend that money on a rocket firing boba. Now, would I spend some good money on a complete Millennium Falcon?
Oh, we saw some. We saw those were good prices we saw in Chicago. I'm kicking myself right now.
They were. Would I spend some good money on a complete Falcon? Yes. Would I spend some money on like an OG consumer boba, which I don't have a good one. The one I have is like way played in with condition and rough. Would I spend one on a non-rocket firing? Yeah, probably. But the rocket firing is I think that is one that is beyond my current price range.
What about an Ewok village that was complete?
You really want me to have to bring a bigger suitcase, don't you?
No, I'm just talking about things because I'm
you are an enabler, sir.
I know I am.
And another one is collecting dolls, the soft furry kind over there. I've just saw that out. I would lay down some cash for a plush Wicket W Warwick because mine was destroyed and trashed, and I would lay down
the 83 one.
Yeah,
Very cool.
The plush 83 one. I would lay down some cash for that.
Nalvin wants to know whether or not you're going to meet Apollo Creed.
So, if I go see Carl, it's I'm not yet a collector so much of the flat artifacts and stuff. If I were to meet Carl, I would very likely do it at a con outside of Celebration where I could pay the ridiculous money to get signed what I want to get signed.
Right.
It's Celebration, it's flat only, and I'm not yet a flat only kind of collector. I think I'd wait. I'd find him somewhere else to where I can get my black.
I should be offended by that. But
you are the flat only. But you're not. But you're not flat to me. You're fluffy.
Thank you, Gil. But no, I agree with you there. I mean, I couldn't see myself dropping $300 for a Carl Weathers on a Funko Pop. But when I consider that for a boxing glove for Apollo.
Well, that's probably the truth too, and that's where I am with a lot of people in the Star Wars universe. Would I get? I think I'd get Carl on the American flag trunks.
Ooh, that's really cool. Yeah, that's cool. Because you like to see the obscure. I get what you're going with that.
Yeah, Carl, I think I'd go the American flag trunks. I mean, if Ray Park were to show up at Celebration, I'm going to get him on a Snake Eyes.
Get the helmet? You mean you're going to get the helmet and get the silver pink? Because that would look classy.
Maybe a helmet, maybe like, a figure not from from the Snake Eyes movie. Don't even get me started. Don't even get me started. But, and if I meet Ming-Na, I'm probably going to have to buy more than one because I've got the Funko, but I'm not necessarily a Funko person because some person has got me like, enabler. But I'd get Ming-Na on Mulan.
Oh yeah, you were mentioning that. I mean, I'm lucky. I know she's going to be in multiple shows in New England, so I'm going to split my, spread it out because I have, Agent of Shield, and I have, Star Wars stuff for her. But yeah, we're about that time for Attack of the Clones. So please make sure that you have your D+ all queued up. So Dave, what's your impression of this movie? And you can be unbiased. It's completely fine.
I like clones. I like clones a lot. I mean, it's not in my level of favorites. I love a lot of it's like we were talking about with the last one. It is pretty meme-tastic. There are so many quotable lines. There's so many memes that come out of this. It's so many iconic scenes. Samuel L. Jackson, enough said, right there. But not my favorite, not my least favorite. So
one thing that you and Sam,
and it's legitimately, it is so rewatchable.
Yep.
There's some that you've seen it a couple times that, even if it's on TV, there's some of the movies that I might not just stop everything I'm doing and watch. But if Clones is on, yeah, I'm probably gonna sit down and watch it.
Something. Ewan was on Kimmel last night. Someone else was staying for Kimmel, which was a great interview, and he's saying he's loving the love that the prequels are getting these days, especially because it's the kids of the time are now the parents. So that's their generational Star Wars that's getting the love. So him and Hayden are absolutely loving the time frame, where things are right now.
Well, see, I've always been a an appreciator, I think, of the prequels would be the more appropriate term, because my children aren't old enough for that. But I have much, much older siblings who were children of the prequels, and young little boy Anakin in the pod racer and that sort of thing growing up. That was their jam. That was their introduction to Star Wars, and so I've seen that enthusiasm with them and kind of shared it.
Yep. So okay, yeah. So he was so funny with his Black Series figure. But did anybody who watched notice how half of the weapons in the blister pack were taken out?
Oh, the spoiler weapons, was it?
There are items in the blister pack that were taken out when he was showing his Black Series. So it was actually pretty good. Thank you, Bryce. This morning he texted me. He's like, "You got to watch this. This is absolutely hilarious." But it was great. He told some great stories about the Sith as well. But anyway,
it's always fun. I've seen him on like the what is it, Graham Norton show, where he's like playing around. There's clips. You might be seeing them at Boonty Eve.
Ooh.
Of Ewan playing around with the lightsaber and just the little cheapy toy lightsabers and showing his skill with that.
Yep. So why don't we get started with the movie so we can get this party rolling? This is where the fun begins.
This is where the fun begins. Oh, come on, D+. All
right. You're all ready, sir?
I am, whenever you are.
Okay, we're going to start the countdown in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, play.
Engage.
Speaking of that, I need to finally watch Picard. I have not started the series yet.
I haven't. I'm not caught up. And new drop today. Today.
I know that everybody's texting me like saying, "Did you start?" I'm like, I haven't even started episode 1 of season 2 yet. So
no. I mean, not Picard. Isn't what is it, Strange New Worlds?
I think so. Yeah, but the Picard finale was today as well.
So yeah, I know I'm a little behind as things are crazy lately with all the things. I'm still behind on Moon Knight as well.
I finished that up. And if you have a chance, people, if you have an extra hour, watch the Gallery of Fett. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
We'll have to figure out a way to do a pop-up of that because it was worth watching again.
Bryce says there's a droid missing from the I guess he means from the Black Series.
Yeah.
It's like, well, there you go. Maybe
we're always hawking the Trek, Bryce. You should know this by now.
Absolutely. That's how that works.
Plus, we know Notman's in the crowd.
There is plenty of room for multiple fandoms. Don't get me started. Get me started on the Ghostbusters then. Oh, there's going to be a sequel to Afterlife?
Yep.
I hope they don't screw it up.
I hope not either. I hope they do it. I hope they do it right. But if it's Jason Reitman, I have no doubt in my mind it's going to be done well.
Yeah. So looking at this crawl, did anybody get the special app online for your custom crawl video on the 4th?
I did that back in the Well, I didn't get that for the 4th yesterday, but I do remember being in college, with my Mac or my desktop having the crawl screensaver.
Oh yeah.
And saying, "Don't touch Spencer's computer."
That's good stuff.
This is a nice shot.
Yeah.
I want to see more Coruscant. Honestly, I want to see Imperial Coruscant. I want to see post-war Coruscant. Like those are things that I want to see out of like Mando or even in Kenobi.
Is that what we're saying? I don't think that city is what we're. It's not Coruscant,
It's
is
not
it?
Coruscant, but the thing
Yeah.
is that I want to actually see post Clone Wars and post Empire Coruscant.
Oh yeah, it's like
What's happened? Dilapidated.
Right. I don't know. This was you'd see what the New Republic brings to Coruscant and what they don't. But there's our Naboo starfighter.
Great story about the starfighter on the Fett gallery.
Oh, no spoilers.
Yeah, yes, but there's a great what's his face? Favreau has a great story about it.
There you go. All right, are we as like clothes heavy in this one with Natalie as we are in the last one? Oh no, the horror. That big ship reminds me of the big like bomber in Indiana Jones Raiders.
Oh yeah. Hey MVO, how are you, sir?
What's going on,
And you
Mark?
can catch Mark. Timestamp is 3 minutes and 50 seconds.
Yes, 3:50.
And getting ready also for a big new show with Mark and Ashley next month.
Is Jonathan, you have met me. Do you think calling me Chewbacca is an insult? Because yeah. It's like I will take that as a compliment and move on about my life. And
Yep.
yes, we were hawking the track, and we will continue to do so.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're right. I mean, like just looking at the visuals of Coruscant are just absolutely cool.
Yep.
The big curvy windows and all sorts of. I mean, we could get some of that like Clone Wars season 7 thing, the underworld of Coruscant and what's going on there. There's tons of stories to tell.
Well,
here it is. Keepers of the peace and not soldiers. That's an entire topic for the Unifying
Yes,
Force.
it is. So here's the thing that's interesting about that. First and foremost, don't forget there's a Siege of Mandalore panel with Dave Filoni at Celebration. That's the first thing. But two, look at Palpatine's chair. What does it remind you of?
Hang on, I was looking away. Does it look like Kirk's chair?
And not the holographic. Look at that chair. It looks like his throne chair, like a modified version of his throne chair in.
Well, it is. Star. I mean, it kind of looks like the one that I put up on like the news desk ones that we put in there. It's like that. Yeah, all in the chat this is going to be the real fun of Celebration and stuff. All those people that we are going to see in person. We were just talking about over on the Unifying Force, 1 year of the Unifying Force. We taped that episode immediately before this, coming up this Sunday. So we've got a lovely retrospective of the past year of the Unifying Force and a special Mother's Day treat. So that's why we were filming it ahead of time so we can actually spend time with our moms.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And after seeing Ian in the 40th anniversary panel and seeing him talking about how he was called back into the role, it has new meaning.
Yeah. You really do get the differences. Sometimes that whole like Bruce Wayne / Batman syndrome, you're like, how do people not get it? What are you doing? But she versus Palpatine, she versus Sidious.
Sidious, yep.
Is it's a relatively convincing kind of like charade.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. The nest of Gundarks. Let's just randomly mention a creature from the OT.
And there is Jesus Kenobi.
We found him.
Yep. We found Jesus.
What's up, Gio? Just saw you a little bit ago too. We were just talking about what a cool episode we're gonna have that you guys should tune in on Sunday. Like I said, we'll drop it at probably the regular time, but spend some time with mom, have lunch, have a late thing later in the evening, watch it at your convenience. It'll be out there for you.
Yes, Kimmel actually has COVID. The guy who stepped in for him actually has a sign on his desk says Jimmy Kimmel has COVID.
Ooh. There you go. The ridiculous hairstyles continue.
Okay, here we go. Here's the first meme. My you grown.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what she said.
Oh, like for a senator, I mean, well, there you go.
Is that Rose Byrne? I know she's in this movie, but is that her next to Padme?
I am watching on a teeny tiny screen. I can't tell. So, rocking every screen that I've got on my computer. So I'm watching on the phone over here, the actual movie.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bryce.
I love the Obi-Wan and Anakin interactions in this. Anakin's like, we're going to do it. And Obi-Wan's like, did you just like forget yourself? What are you talking about?
You're not so late to the party, Bryce.
No, that's Troy.
No, 9 minutes. So Troy, you too, Bryce. 9 minutes 26 seconds.
There you go. Roll.
Yes, everybody's saying that's Rose Byrne.
Well, good. There you go. But
whose stepson was in The Mandalorian.
Ooh, Star Wars is a family. It's all a family.
He played Toro Callahan, the little shit that shot Ming-Na in season 1.
Oh,
that's her stepson. His father is Bobby Cannavale. So if you watch Ant-Man and Cassie's stepfather, the cop, that's his father. That's his father.
Sorry,
and he was also the lead.
Jar Jar talking.
He was also the lead villain in the first sequel of Jumanji with The Rock.
Yes. I'm sorry, I was listening to Jar Jar talk.
Not a problem.
The Annius of his back, and he's immediately like confiding in big goofy Jar Jar, and it's like, okay, yes. Annie, like.
So I love these, these scenes on the outside of Kurosawa. It reminds me very much of Hong Kong, like downtown Hong Kong, with the lights. But also, if you watch Zhang Weicel, her outfit, I mean, that was definitely, I guess, the model for Feng Shand.
It's gotta be
season 2 minute. Yeah, because it's the same kind of stylistic.
I wonder if there will ever be any sort of like allusion to why those are similar, and if there is such a reason, or just they went like, oh, that looks cool. I don't know. You know how they are a fan of tying things together.
Right.
It's like, is that the uniform for a master assassin?
Or the second in command to the Fets?
It could be. Oh yeah, Troy, you gotta have the Jar Jar. It's he brings the funny. I mean, and everybody, like I said, is the whole Jar Jar is the stand-up comedy in this deal. Is you watch the OT? What do you think Anthony Daniels was in those?
Yeah,
it's the same role. Yeah, Jar Jar is out there and crazier because George was doing what George could do with the technology.
Right. And he stretched even then.
Absolutely. I mean, he was making it up he's always made it up. That's why ILM exists. It's like, oh, you can't do that? Here, hold my beer or
Right.
hold my blue milk. I'm going to do it. There you go. The whole time in this is like Obi-Wan is so in denial about Anakin and Padme, like from minute one. Denial. Yeah, Geo is connecting Zam and Fennec. Like there would be a whole thing. It would add a lot of backstory for Zam that we just don't see that much. If there is that reason why she and Fennec are dressed similarly. Time check is 13:24.
And yeah, grab another water. Right back.
Yes, indeed. Here's R2 just, being the radar and patrolling the deal. Here's your what? Your Natalie Portman baby monitor. Sitting there. And you look back, I think at the time, I didn't think these little sluggy, wormy things they're definitely a product of that period of CGI, looking back at them. But at the time, you're like, ooh, ah. Oh, danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger, Will Robinson, Spidey senses. Uh-oh. Nope.
Okay, so here's something that's very interesting. A few minutes, spoiler alert, he's going to yell at Anakin for jumping out of the car and saying, I hate it when he does that. The MFer just jumped out of freaking glass pane window and did the same damn thing. And he gives Anakin crap for it?
And is hanging on to a just random probe droid kind of thing. It's like, yeah.
And with the keys in that conveyance?
See, they're beyond keys. It's like, the economics of the future are different.
So you can jack a car at any time?
Absolutely. 100%. You just go. There you go. There's your... Yeah, exactly, Troy. That's what I'm thinking. Just like good repulsors on that thingy. Is like, why does this random probe droid capable of supporting another 200 pounds of person? It just is. Uh-oh. Here we go. And boom. That's the other level of just plot of convenience. Is Zam, I'm just going to take out the probe droid. Why didn't you shoot him? There's no force messing around with that. There's no pulling the saber and deflecting. I'm holding on to the droid with both hands. Because you can't kill Obi Jesus.
That's correct. Well, it's like that poster, the new poster. My caption for was, "He has risen."
Oh, that is so sacrilegious, but so amusing at the same time.
Yep. I can get away with that.
I know you can. I would be taking a trip to the downstairs for that.
Yes.
No. Oh, and down, upside down.
Okay, so yeah, and there's no seatbelts.
Oh yeah, no, not in the slightest. It's like,
There's no seatbelts and there's no handrails. OSHA would have a huge fear.
There is no OSHA in the Star Trek. Pierce, we are at 1710.
No, there is actually OSHA in Star Trek.
In Star Wars, I meant.
Yeah, but there's definitely an OSHA in Star Trek. There's a lot of handrails in Star Trek.
There are a lot of hands, but some of their elevators, like the elevators and stuff on the warp core, they're right around that. There's a long way down, and
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, well, there's OSHA in Star Trek, especially the new JJ Star Trek, because what they filmed the big engineering scene in just like a brewery, I think is what that building was
Pretty
originally.
much.
So
Okay, so you know that we're going to have to get a picture outside the Starfleet Academy while we're at Anaheim.
okay, now I have yet another outfit to pack. So I gotta find, do I pack a red shirt? Do I pack a gold shirt? I don't know.
Hey, that's where celebration is. Say what you want. It's at the Starfleet Academy. Watch for card.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we got a comment on the YouTube sitting there going like, I wish they had left the deleted scene when Anakin meets Padme's family. Oh,
That
and
was a
are
good
you
one.
planning on doing another celebrating autographs? Oh, we didn't even talk about that.
Oh,
Celebrating
funny you should say
autographs,
that.
totally the second Monday of the month, every month
Which is
leading
next
up to
Monday.
celebration. So we got one coming.
MVO says he's gonna pack his blue Spock shirt.
Ooh, okay. So I will not pack the blue. So I might have to go with gold. I've got gold with the stripes at the bottom, like the gold long, yeah.
The Shatner.
Well, yeah.
So yeah, thank you very much to our follower on the YouTube. We got to get a better these shows. We kind of sometimes put it up and like, oh yeah, we have it on YouTube as well.
Yes, we're on the YouTube. The magic timestamp thing, Geo, is not working this evening. I was trying to get it to roll and it didn't go. And that's
Mark,
not a
thank you. By the way, thank you very much for that 10% off that you guys offered yesterday. I know a lot of our members have used it.
Oh, Mark, I know that Ruby's has a Star Trek license because I have so many Starfleet shirts that say Ruby's right on the tag. Uh-huh. Paying your paycheck, sir.
Yeah. Yes, have some.
That's right. And we go. Just woo. Fly on the wind. That was the first time
I
we
like to
saw the
point
little
out.
light flick.
I like to point out we had 442 new members in the last week.
Wow.
When I did the welcome post today.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Mark, we're very excited to be able to spend some time with you in Anaheim. So it'll be great to see you again.
Yeah,
These chase scenes. These chase scenes are total George's love of hot rodding and car race. You know, the drag races of the 50s.
I think it's hilarious. And what does it say about Coruscant that the people on the ground, yeah, they just kind of look up and they go right back. It's like New York or something. You're just like, car chase. What's going on? It's not LA where, the city stops to watch a white Bronco. They just
Yes.
don't.
The country stopped to watch White Bronco. I remember being in school, and I was in boarding school, and we all went into our living room of our dorm to go watch, OJ.
Yeah. Yeah, but what else does this remind me of? Is you said it like Hong Kong. I think this reminds me a lot of let's do Schwartz Total Recall.
Okay, yeah.
The like Mars city in Total Recall.
Yep. Obi-Wan has such a like a dick mentor line coming up soon. What are you doing? I'm going for a drink. So you let the intern go do the work.
That's it. Oh, there you
Okay,
go.
let's play find Ahmed and find Anthony.
Oh, again, you have it up on me because I'm on the tiny little screen. Oh, what's it? What are the things racing on the screen in the background? It wasn't the space dog jackal horsey
Yeah.
canter light things. It was something else. Yeah, Total Recall and Blade Runner. Yeah, I think you're right. It's got the dark. It's not quite as like dirty as Blade Runner.
Mm-hmm. And there's Ahmed.
Well, no death sticks. What's he drinking
So
there? Liquid Schwartz?
he's probably drinking liquid Schwartz. So the guy who was selling death sticks, they said that the after story is that he went back home, thought about it, and said, yeah, he really liked being a drug dealer.
Hmm. There
So
you
he
go.
didn't really rethink his life. It's what he wanted to do.
But again, the levels of the meme-tastic that this movie is, I'm telling you,
Right.
just all of the things. Oh, and waiting on the Spidey sense. Little pony knob there.
And there's Anthony. And there's Ahmed.
I mean, that's just a wonderful nod to the OT right there too. Is just Obi just pulls out the saber and lops off some dude's arm. It's how he rolls.
Well, it's also if you look at us, that's what they try to do with like the prequel stuff. You look at Solo as well. The standoff between Han and Beckett,
Mm-hmm.
Han shoots first.
Absolutely, 100%. Even though they've changed that originally, is the people doing Solo are like no 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 no.
Right.
Oh, oh, your favorite scene's coming up because he's got to find out about the dart. Your favorite place. Yeah, Toxic Dart. Let me just handle this with my bare hands and look at it right there. Oh, yeah. Ooh, clones in IMAX. That would have been a lot of.
Mm-hmm.
Your Padawan will. Oh, and Hayden's like, hey, what? I get to hoop? Uh-oh. Here's the place. I like the little Yoda chair. That's amusing.
Yep. And look at Plo Koon just sitting there like all pimped out.
Yeah. Everybody's got a similar chair, but built to
Okay,
them.
there you go. Look at Palpatine's chair. That's
Oh,
totally
yeah.
the Emperor's throne.
It's the exact same, like, delta shape kind of thing. Yep, he is about to get the Padme time right there, Troy. But right now, it's like, I just, something wants the inexplicable is why is, I mean, is it laid out? I don't think it's laid out really anywhere. Why does Anakin have this attachment to Palpatine? I don't
Maybe
know.
because as I mean, he showed faith in him as when he was a child. I mean, remember the line at the end of Phantom Menace, and young Skywalker, I'll take great care
Interest.
watching
Yeah.
your career. So,
I mean, maybe. It just seems to me that there would have been so many more like male role models for him to latch on to is, I guess Obi-Wan's more like a brother than a father, even though he says you're the closest thing to a father that I have. We've seen this the somewhat hostility that he has with Windu,
Right.
but yeah, Troy's like no father figure is like this again is retrospective. Plug the retrospective of the unifying force. This is the what if Qui-Gon had lived conversation.
That would have been a great panel if they accept that. I'm reading some of the panels and I'm like, our conversation pieces were a lot better.
But we didn't have the things that a lot of the other panels have, which is special guests. What we needed was an in with what if Qui-Gon had lived with Liam Neeson. That would have been a panel.
Yes. Though I also think that if we actually try to get on the podcast stage, we might have done that differently as well. So
interesting.
That's something to think about for the next time. We can put in for either or.
It is. We're just an odd kind of thing that we are more, I think, of a web show as opposed to a podcast.
Yeah, more like a vlog.
Yeah. I don't use the word vlog. I'm going to go with web show because that's what iCarly calls it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, exactly, Gio. He's got a Qui-Gon shaped hole in his life. That's exactly why. Well, and Sherry, yeah, Obi-Wan always does seem to criticize him. A lot of times with good reason. Right. I'm just saying. But that's kind of why you get the big brother vibe instead of the dad vibe.
Well, that's why he says, "You're my brother, Anakin. I loved you."
Mm-hmm.
Because if you said, "You're my son, Anakin," no.
No, it didn't work. Oh, yep, another costume. Mm-hmm. This one might be rivaling the episode 1 for costume changes, as we probably should have been doing a running total.
And I'm all grown up, and you say yourself, "Hey, baby."
Yeah. See, again, the memes, because you go to like some of the Naboo outfits and you're like, okay, yeah, I'm not trying to seduce the Jedi Padawan that's babysitting me. No.
Yep.
Ooh, Pierce got deep in there. She feeds his arrogance as opposed to, the others trying to like dial it down.
Yep. We need Swanee.
Okay. Do we know is Swanee coming to Celebration?
He's not going to make the trek unless Natalie's there. He flat said that. He's got family health issues and crossing the border and all that. But he said if Natalie was there, he will absolutely be there. But if she's not going to be announced, then he's going to cancel. To him, it's worth it. It's worth it if Natalie's going to be there.
Well, you think? I don't think you could keep him away.
His T-shirt that he had made when he met Hayden was actually a picture of Natalie in a pool, and it said, "Water is much better than sand."
That's good stuff. Most unbelievable. Yes, here, Mark. There's the memes. I told you this is meme worthy. Most unbelievable part of the prequel trilogy. Padme choosing Anakin when Obi-Wan is right there.
Okay, so look at Padme's headdress, Sabine.
I just think that's the funny part about that is that, like, that's dressing as refugees. Yes. It's like I threw on a different color poncho over top of my Jedi robes, and she's still wearing the ridiculous, stupid headpiece. It's like, oh,
it's like Thor Ragnarok. Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. They're not going to recognize me. Not like this.
If I do like this, yeah. That's Mark agrees with the teen. It's like, oh, here's your guy.
Here's my favorite scene.
There you go.
And Jawa juice at Oga's is very good.
Jawa juice. That droid right there reminds me of kind of like a skinny version of Rosie from the Jetsons.
Yeah. I wonder if Dex is going to be an Obi-Wan.
Ooh, that'd be a thing.
Yeah.
What do you know?
I love in in the HD and actually seeing his mustache and
Yeah.
those cloners.
Josh is like, are there any celebration parties happening on the Thursday night?
Currently, right now, the main party on the Thursday night is the 501st Bash, which is great. Let me go look at our page because we do have a pin post, just to let you know, on our page with the events. I probably should do a share of that sometime tomorrow again.
Yeah.
But looking at Thursday,
When's
there's
the craft beer thing?
Well, let me answer his question first, and I'll go that. Not a problem. There's the podcast meetup, which is on Thursday at the Anaheim Hilton Bar. So if you're coming to the Not So Virtual Cantina, you'll already be there. So that's on Thursday night and the 501st Bash. But on Saturday, there is 2 beer events. There's one called Hop Wars and one called Celebration.
Oh, that was the one I was thinking of right there.
Yeah. So it's that's on Saturday. And then yeah, so that's what that we have right there.
Okay, leave it to Mark to bring research to the comments. Is
That's
like if you're
awesome.
reading the novel Queen's Hope, they talk all about Padme's costume changes and how his words crazy functional the weirdo things are. Is that there's like weapons, defense, recording devices. That's something right there. Okay, so is this who saved Grogu?
Some people think it is. I still think it's R2 because of his the Kenner figure.
Yeah, I mean that Kenner figure, that
Yeah,
little
R2 just squats, takes the kid, incubates him.
It could be. I mean that little pram deal, he's all sealed up in there all the time. It can't be any
And there is the chef droid from Book of Boba Fett.
There's the R2, just talking about him.
Mm-hmm. Or see the people I love. Yes, the youngling was Jet Lucas,
Hmm.
who will be at Celebration.
Yep.
He might be the only Lucas we see there, but we'll have Lucas there.
I mean, you give the funny about the I hate sand and stuff, but you forget the other little, kind of quietly smooth lines. You're exactly the way I remember you in my dreams. Yeah. He takes crap, but
Mark just put a top this list with the costume info. It's number 10.
excellent. Very cool. Thank you, sir.
Okay, this scene, I want to see Grogu in the corner. Why haven't they put him in there yet?
They just go back and dub him in there just to retcon
Why not?
and play with it. Oh, it's because George isn't in charge right now. I think George would have done that already, but
Yep.
old Mark is going down that rabbit hole there. Anakin is dosing her with the Force. So here's the follow-up question. Okay, if Anakin is doing that, is Anakin doing that intentionally, or is it just something that's happening in the is it unintentional? He's just that's what passes for
He
charm.
got he has force swagger.
And that's where I'm going with this. Does that then make Lando force sensitive? Ah, things that make you go,
Yep. Doesn't those helmets look like Grogu's pram?
They kind of do. You put two of those together, it's like, wait, what? That's unintentional. I think force charisma plus 10. Yes, Gio, we're going down the D&D rabbit hole. It's right there. Roll for charisma. What do you convince her with the sand line? Yeah.
What the hell, Lando?
Lando could be force sensitive with his charm. The charm is just, he's sitting there, it's like, look at how cool my cape looks.
Mm-hmm.
Now this transport here kind of reminds me of the a little bit more of a transporty version of the Razor Crest.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. Plus 20 initiative.
Yep.
So this was filmed in Spain. I love R2 climb the stairs.
Boot, boot, boot.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I've heard the theory that Han was potentially force sensitive as well, and that, leads into the theory of why Ben Solo and Kylo was as naturally powerful as he is. But there's also the other fun theory that I've heard lately that, what if like Ben didn't have the force at all and he was just like faking it the whole time? That's why he had to, live up to this Skywalker kind of name and mythos.
So would he be like a Jedi squib?
Something like that. He's just like, oh, it's like I had to do it. That's why he was like able to be beaten by Rey so easily with the saber. Is he's just and that's why the saber was crappily made. Is he just really didn't? Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Geo, is the ships and stuff. Everything is it's definitely got that prequel era kind of vibe. Is some of the CG really does kind of hold up. Some of it totally doesn't, but some of it. Oh, here we go. They're going to the lake country. Bum, 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 bum.
Me too.
Yeah. She's just like not taking this seriously. It's like, he's like, I'm in charge of security. It's like, okay, dude, but no. Yeah, and George goes like all politics and stuff. It's like, okay, we set up this whole deal with Queens of Naboo and then the senators, and now it's like, wait, the Queen's elected office, and it's always like these young people with crazy headdresses and crap. Oh, Camino. Oh, that place not there no more.
That place go boom.
Exactly the same thought.
We hang out with each other way too much.
We really do. Yeah. Well. Also,
they should put in like they should draw in Omega.
Just put her in there. They need one of those like blowers at the door. He's wearing this big old wool cloak, and he just.
Oh, you mean like when you're walking into the land at Epcot when you're it's hot outside and you're going to Soarin' and all of a sudden it's like.
Or the ones that they put in like a what's the fancy word for like a bee house or a apiary, something like that,
Yeah.
where they have just the air curtains at the door to keep the little insecty creatures from escaping.
Oh, the grocery door. Yes.
Yeah, open up grocery door.
So I actually watched a video today of speaking of Disney stuff, of someone had their phone out during all of Hyperspace Mountain.
Oh, so you got spoilers of it? No, no.
I'm gonna love it anyway, but I was flipping through because I watch YouTube when I watch regular television, and
Yeah.
it just happened to have, so I guess I'll watch it.
Yes, I was extraordinarily lucky that the one time I've been at Disneyland, Hyperspace Mountain was on. I think it's probably because it was just a couple of days after Galaxy's Edge opened.
But
Um, again, Hyperspace Mountain is amazing.
I can't wait.
Yeah. I am chomping at the bit. My schedule right now does not have a day for Disneyland.
If we could find you a ticket for Star Wars night, though.
Ooh, that would be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just like, oh. I was thinking of, like, if I don't get the Bad Batch panel on Sunday, is
Just heading over to the park.
bailing out and going to the park on Sunday. But then, I hear that the closing up panels and stuff like that are pretty cool.
Closing ceremony is not great. It's just a retrospective of the weekend.
Yeah.
But the only thing is cool is if they announce,
Right, where the next one's going to be and you're there and all the deal.
Yeah, but that's pretty much it.
Yeah. So that's still within my realm of possibility, is whether I just bail on the Sunday and go to the park.
That'll probably happen at one point. You'll end up there somewhere.
Yes,
there we go. Here we are. Welcome
How many Padme costume changes we're on to? Who knows?
Welcome to Lake Como.
Swim to that island every day. It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be walking down.
Oh, Sherry's on 5.
That's where I'm going to be in a couple weeks.
That's cool. That's good stuff. So your brother's getting married on that balcony?
Yep.
Wow. Why didn't George just hire some guy to write dialogue? Just here, direct the movie, write the movie, tell the whole plot. Can we get somebody to write dialogue?
So I know a lot of people out there right now are a little bit. I just want to the elephant in the room that we're very antsy about just about 2 weeks without any names for celebration right now. I mean, there was a post that one of our mods, Joanna, located from Official Picks earlier this week. I think it was like Monday or Sunday, saying that the final list is going to be out this week. So I think there might be an issue with one of the contracts that they're probably going to maybe release them tomorrow. Because here's the thing is that there was no announcements at all on any of their social today at all. Like there was nothing. The only thing they released was This Week in Star Wars.
See, I'm just telling you, May the 4th was such a huge miss. That was your day for crazy announcements.
Because here's the thing is they hyped you up with a trailer early in the morning, and there was more the panel and more stuff, and you're like, yes, and then it was like boom. So look at this. We have the babies in the test tubes in blue. This kind of reminds me of the complete juxtaposition of the real world pods in the Matrix.
That are all red.
Yeah.
Yeah. What, Pierce, you think the dinner scene is more awkward, where he's floating pears across the, it is. The whole thing is interesting. See, another funny thing that you see is the level of fame that we found that a lot of these people have, that Boba Fett, has this huge mythos around him. Darth Vader's like no disintegrations and blah blah blah. But then you find all of these people who have never heard of him.
Right.
And like the same thing with Django, we hear this whole EU backstory and all the things that he's done and what's up with him, and you know, and then Obi-Wan has never heard of him. Oh, there it is behind us. There they all are. Doot, 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 doot.
Okay, and here comes some of the most awkward writing in all of Star Wars.
So see, there's your that's why your theory is so controversial there, Mark. Is if he's using Jedi mind tricks on her, if he's force dosing her, then that means Padme is weak-minded. What? No. Oh, 7 outfits. Here's your big meme. Yeah, no, Boba Fett had done nothing, Troy, in what we had seen in the OT. What I'm talking about is the retconning of that is all the stuff that was written after the OT, talking about what Boba had done leading up to when the few minutes that we see him in the original trilogy, is all of that had been made up. We even get kind of his backstory some in, what is it, is it in Clone Wars or is it in Rebels, where we see little
It's
Bo.
Clone Wars,
Clone
and it
Wars.
was Daniel Logan doing the voice too.
Oh. There we go. CGI, CGI, CGI. Okay, these creatures, this CGI has not held up well. Those
Still
should've
better
been-
than the Bantha.
It is still better than the Book of Boba Fett and Panther. It's not Snuffleupagus. Yes.
Which actually
is-
you need to, once again, you need to watch Gallery, because spoiler alert, they do a whole segment on the Bantha.
Okay. If I watch that and they're talking about how good it is, riot.
Oh, it's gonna be a riot. It's gonna be a riot. I'm telling you right now.
Oh. Yep, there we are. Okay, Mark, I'm with you on your theories. Is go ahead and we can argue this back and forth. I am smelling with this theory that Padme's being dosed with the Force. I'm smelling Mark as a guest on the Unifying Force. I
I'm
think
sure
this is a guest appearance with this theory, and we go back and forth. So, be careful what you say. Oh, here we go. There's the little Daniel.
So he did an interview once that Ewan actually gave him some directing in the scene, because he was not really, like, I guess, giving the right emotion or anything that age, a kid actor to Obi-Wan. And Ewan actually told him, imagine that I walked into the room and gave out a big fart. And that's the face you should be making.
Yes, Troy. Unifying Force is usually live. Not going to be live this Sunday because of Mother's Day, but we drop the episodes. It's not exactly every other, but we do it 2 Sundays a month, and it's at 11 a.m. on Sundays. And then our other show, the Jedi Archives, which is comic book reviews, is the other 2 Sundays of the month, same time.
Mark said yes, he would love to be on Unifying Force.
Cool. There. That's funny, and I love how I've seen interviews with Daniel about how Tim would just refer to me as this is my son, and give the father and son vibe to get this kind of thing.
So John, I'm actually very excited about that. But I'm also excited because I'm going to be taking the train a lot around Italy. So just seeing the countryside in the train is going to be breathtaking itself.
Mm.
But yes, I'll take a lot of pictures and all that. And I guess I am bringing my On Naboo T-shirt with me
Ooh, excellent.
because I need that. I need to be meta.
So yeah, John, I know there's some cool people in the autograph hall on Sunday. But I'm not right now, and I may change my mind at getting a Billy and Kelly autograph. I think there's a lot of time in the future to get them, and I know it's a big deal that you were getting Kelly Marie Tran back into like doing Star Wars and at a celebration after the way she was treated. But I am hoping beyond hope that this celebration will go well and she'll be back for years to come. So I'm not feeling the urgency.
Mr. Naaman, do you really want to go down that rabbit hole?
that has already gotten ugly several times today on the. It's like, mm, mm. There were a lot of things on May the 4th that we didn't get what we thought we wanted, but we got the Obi-Wan.
We got a great trailer.
We got a great trailer. Yeah, like here you go.
Okay.
Here's the meme
Yeah.
outfit. Is like, okay, yeah, let's just.
He's leaving that in a spank bank. So, Mark, you're saying that they're leaving the big guns for celebration. If you're gonna get bigger than Ewan McGregor, you gotta be like a Daisy Ridley, Adam Driver kind of Oscar would be, or the only other two people would be Mark and Harrison. Those are the five people I think would be, because Boyega would not be bigger than Ewan, but I think that those five, Oscar, Adam, Daisy, Mark, and Harrison would all be bigger than Ewan. Oh, Liam would be bigger than Ewan,
Liam would
and
be
Samuel.
bigger. I
Samuel
think
Jackson
from a
too.
certain point of view, for some fans, Pedro would be.
Yep,
From a
that's true.
certain point of view.
Yep. So if Sam Jackson's there, would you get your BMF on your lightsaber?
Hello. Yes. Yes. Right there. And it's like,
that's
yeah.
a given for you. That's like shut up and take my money.
Yes. It's like go ahead and or then I would have the decision to say does he put BMF on it? Do I have him put like the path of the righteous man? You got to go with
Yeah.
what's the quote on it. But
I think BMF would be probably the way to go.
I think it probably is too. That just limits the level of collector people that I can show. I can't show that to my mother at that point.
That's fine.
So no, it's okay. Oh yeah. Boom. Walk out in rain. Big wool cloak. It's all right. It's all good.
Troy says Ezekiel all the way. Did also anybody notice in Age of Ultron, um, Nick Fury's tombstone at the end of the movie
Is the path of
has
the righteous
Ezekiel
man.
as a quote? Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, why are you standing out in the rain, screaming and doing this? Couldn't you do this from inside the cockpit, man?
And in a closed cloth robe.
You see? Yes, exactly, Troy. The path of the righteous man would be mom approved. That we could show off and have out. The other one is that's just for us. That's Sam Jackson. That's how it rolls.
Yes.
I love the look on Sam Jackson's face at that. He's like, "Say what?"
Oh, hell no.
There you go. Bring him here, question him. We like not just like put him on the phone. We need space phones. Why are there not space phones?
Well, he's just zooming. But here's the thing is, he's going to bring him in. Have you seen the ship that Obi-Wan flew in on? It's not exactly an extra room. It's like Mando's new ship that he just has that little, those little domes that we would get in put the quarter in when we were kids. That's what Grogu's sitting in right now. But you can't have Grogu and the bounty sitting in there.
Well, you can if you bring them in cold, but oh, here we go. Bad dreams.
I want a picture like this in the courtyard.
Like, oh, that?
Yes, I need to do that. But we're in the robe.
There's your next outfit. What are we on? 8, 9? You're gonna have to have your people all out there. You got to get like people to hose down the balcony, so you got the nice little shine.
Yep. Very excited you're going to be a boot to Troy.
Yes.
9.
See, right here. This is what we were just talking about on the recording, Gio, is like the importance of Anakin's mother. It's family in Star Wars. Okay, they have relatively clearly, we've seen them kiss. Have they just, spent the night and he's calling her senator? Oh, there's the armor. Yeah, Mark, I think the fact that the Jedi of the Republic couldn't free Anakin's mom, it's a big thing. Is why they don't take on the Outer Rim. Is it that the Hutts are more powerful and then the Republic? I mean, I can understand why the New Republic couldn't take on the Hutts or something, but the Galactic Republic should be able to do whatever it wants to, Outer Rim or no Outer Rim. But don't know. And I mean, not to, well, yeah, we're just gonna hawk the trek. Is it some sort of like prime directive-y crap that's why the Jedi can't interfere in slavery because the slavery is the way of those worlds and how it is? But yeah.
Is anybody else bothered now knowing that he's wearing Beskar and he just headbutted Obi-Wan and Obi-Wan is not knocked out?
Yeah, I mean that's the funny and the how this is retcon to that's Beskar and that we've seen what the Beskar can take at this point, is
But
that
if
it
he's
can
headbutting
take
a flesh head, that'll crack some skulls.
right. Um, I don't know. Funny kind of things, but we've seen the same kind of thing with the Captain America's shield where it bounces off people all the time and it's just the what properties does the Beskar have? Is it just absorbing that energy so it doesn't do that?
Right.
Yeah, is I'll buy that. Is that the Republic was corrupt in some way and that the slavery benefited them, that there was something happening that they had to do it. Is like George is nothing if inserting real life and true to life kind of thing. So, oh, look.
Now, here's another thing that bothers me as well. Maybe it's a retcon. Is when uh, Boba shows the trail in Mandalorian of all the Fets that had that outfit.
Mhm.
It would have taken little Boba to strip his father's dead body, shake his head out of the helmet, and then drag it on to Slave One. Think about that for a
Yeah,
minute.
unless there's some level of backstory where he got it back later, where it was like an after the fact kind of deal. He didn't get it immediately. I don't think that story's been told.
Right.
So, what do you want? Yes, of course he just had a homing device in his pocket. But it's like that there's like a Jedi kit thing that you can get at Disney now that's like got all the little Jedi gizmos and
Yeah, I saw
gadgety
that.
things. Is they apparently are more like, James Bondy than you would think.
You
Like the
notice all the
little
flies going around Watto?
oh yes. Watto apparently doesn't shower.
No.
So is this like next door? Is this Pelly's kind of the place where they land? Is it like right next to Watto's or what?
Well, they took the rickshaw, which Kelly used in the last episode of Fett to
Mm-hmm.
get to Watto, so it's possible.
Yeah, how'd that like look? Yeah, and the slave won
Yep. It's always going to be Slave One.
completely. Yeah, Troy, I liked how it's like Watto realizes it's Anakin and is kind of scared. He's kind of like a little like, sure, yeah, we'll go look at my papers. I'll find out. Yeah. Oh, there's your charge.
Wow.
Yes.
The seismic charge. Gotta love it.
All right, Bryce. Have a good night. Thanks for
Night,
joining.
Bryce. Thank you, sir.
What are the odds of surviving an asteroid field? What? Nope, thump. Rapid beeping. Okay, so does Daniel have more lines in this movie than Tim?
I don't know.
I think he kind of does.
I think it's got more lines in this movie than Boba Fett had in the entire original saga.
Yes. Uh-oh. No, fried the droid. Uh-oh. Ooh. Uh-oh. Look. Nope. Heat seeker.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's another one of the things that we've been talking about is if you're watching the people that I've been talking about, like what are we gonna do on the Friday night or the Saturday night or whatever at Celebration? Isn't Top Gun dropping that weekend?
It is.
Uh-huh.
Might have to go see Top Gun at Downtown Disney.
Mm-hmm. Though I can't imagine the actually watching a movie in a theater with the snarky crew that we generally run with here. That's just going to be that screams we're getting kicked out.
That's all the more reason to do that.
Oh yeah, Gio. The sonic charges they're absolutely one of those sound effects. Is I can't even place the wow.
Yeah, I mean, if you can't get tickets for Disney After Dark, you might as well go to a movie.
Mm. Yes, yesterday on the 4th is, I'm wearing my Star Wars shirts and my students are yeah, the students are trying to tell me how they made the blaster sound effects in Star Wars, and I'm like, oh, really? Do tell. I didn't.
Were you like Willy Wonka in that GIF?
It was very similar to that. It was just like, really? How did they do that? I don't know.
Oh wow, you're so smart. Mark says they got the Top Gun license at his company.
You think I don't already have a Top Gun cosplay there, Mark?
Well, you
Yep.
might need the Maverick or the Iceman helmet.
Well, I don't have a helmet. No, I don't have a helmet. I do have like all the patches to make my jacket and the aviators and the flight suit. But yeah, no, don't have a helmet. Oh, look, there's C3PO. You think it's
You probably don't recognize me because of my rusted arm.
don't recognize me with actual coverings on. He's like, no. Oh, see, no helmets. See, now I'm wondering how much of all this will kind of get backstory to what's going on kind of behind the scenes here in Obi-Wan. Is a lot of this that they're about to lay out is alluded to in the Obi-Wan novel that
Right.
is widely known about the Klieg Lars and what happened to him, and that's why other outposts are having trouble with the Tuscans.
Right.
Yes, Troy, I love the Obi-Wan novel, and like I didn't actually read the Obi-Wan novel. I listened to it as the audiobook or the audio drama, which even better. I mean, just added so much to it. It's like, have you heard of this little thing called the Force? I know more than you. Another outfit. This is just one of those odd choices. Is why exactly are we filming their shadows only? Just
They should done the shadow puppets, like almost like remember in Robin Hood Men Tights when they're fighting and they do the same thing and they end up doing the shadow puppets in the middle of the fight.
yeah, yeah. You. Oh, here we go. And see, this is the John Williams right there is another character in the movie. Right here, you're starting to pick up on that is very like Sithy music that's starting.
Yep.
That's not no Jedi hero Obi-Wan saving the day music. That is like yes, should have been. Okay, that outfit is part of 10 just under the cloak. Okay. But yeah, is he's just like foreshadowing, foreshadowing, foreshadowing. It's about to get ugly. And like I love the level of just cockiness that Obi-Wan is in this. It's just like, okay, I'm by myself. I'm on a planet way out in the middle of nowhere. I'm just gonna walk up in here by myself.
Right.
I mean, this would be the guy that's gonna like walk out there with a laser sword and take on the entire First Order.
Right.
This guy. See, there's the whole deal too. Is here's the level of the sneaky and the whole behind the scenes deal is Palpatine Sidious has created two armies. He's created the entire clone army and created the entire battle droid army.
Yep.
He had them both done because this is Dooku, this is Tyrannus, his Padawan that's making that happen. Yeah, let's just talk about the master plan. So, Troy, if you like the audio dramas, have you listened to Dooku Jedi Lost? Dooku Jedi Lost, also really cool, and I love the his backstory. Yeah, it really was. That was an amazing one. See, now I wonder if anything will ever be said about how seemingly disparate the portrayal of Tuscans is now between, we have they're far more like a dances with wolves kind
Yep.
of perspective of them now in Book of Boba Fett, where here they were just straight up horrible.
Yep.
But I don't know that will ever be necessarily reconciled because they would have to like retcon a whole lot of this. I mean, I guess it's simple explanations. It's just okay, they're different tribes that are different ways. See, exactly, Mark. That's what I'm saying is different tribes are different ways. It's a simple explanation. It's just not necessarily yet been addressed as that. Cinematic trope.
Every time Anakin touches a woman, she dies.
I was just talking about the, dying mid word or mid sentence. It's like, okay.
But, I love
Yeah, you're right, Troy. Is that the Obi-Wan novel, the Kenobi novel, does really connect really well to the Book of Boba Fett Tuskens. It's the same kind of thing. Is Obi-Wan learns more about them and that. Oh, here we go. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know that I ever like really paid attention there. I'm watching
the Qui-Gon voice.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was just
Exactly.
noticing that too.
Like I'm sitting here watching the subtitles and it just blatantly says Qui-Gon voice, and I'm like, oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
We have got to see. That is my list of top things to see in Kenobi is Qui-Gon Force Ghost, or at least talking to him, communication with Qui-Gon. Well, if you feel young Skywalker in terrible pain, maybe you should go help young Skywalker instead of hanging out.
Yeah, but mental health back then was not a big thing.
No. It's like, wait, Anakin's not on Naboo.
Where the blasted is he? Good night, Pierce. Have a good one. Safe trip tomorrow.
Good night. Oh,
So here's a question for you. So we know through lore and through canon that Saw Gerrera is on the respirator because of Geonosis. How many humanoids are we seeing on Geonosis right now, and they are completely fine?
So I don't know enough about why, how long, what happened to do that. Is like, what was his exposure? What was the, you know?
I mean, did he suck down Raid with all those bugs? I mean,
I don't know.
Fried his lungs,
Right. Was there a certain part that he was exposed to that is different than where they were?
Right.
Was he there for a longer period of time?
Is this 11, Sherry? The Padme in the blue tunic type thing?
Let's see, I haven't seen it. Pay attention. I was looking away. I was looking at the chat. Yeah, that's considerably different than what she had on before. So, where's the luggage that she brings? I didn't see them carrying this big giant thing into the homestead, unless that's, one of Aunt Beru's outfits,
Well, it's her industrial strength hairdryer that she can't live without. Her Royal Highness's match luggage.
Barf. Not in here, you don't.
And there's a blue milk, which you can get at the Boonty Eve Cantina.
Woo.
I don't know if you could have saved her. I think she was molested way too much.
Well, I mean, I just, at this point, I meme them all. I know. It's just like, this is why they're like, Luke is too old for the training. You can't do it. As we've seen what happened when they took in Anakin, who was like 9.
Right.
And it's like, no. Is that didn't go well. He's got the attachment is he didn't get over that. Like, he hasn't learned the Yoda lesson, which is, what? Mourn them not. Rejoice for those who have become one with the Force.
Right.
Nope. Not on that. Not in that program.
And this is where Padme gets turned on.
See, this movie is, again, it's a strong runner for the most quotable and memeable movies of the franchise.
You're a little boy. I don't like you. You killed all these people. Hey, baby. It's like,
questionable Jedi decisions. Well, why did we send this dude out by himself? Okay, so let me ask you this. Is this like a level of retcon? I've never particularly paid attention. Are there like grave markers or something?
They took those out after the fact. Owen did, because if they didn't want to have any trails of the past lives, in case like Anakin or Vader shows up, or
Yeah, that's another level of thing to think about, though, is like, okay, we hid Luke out at the place where Anakin buried his mother. We don't think he'll ever come visit?
no one said they were the sharpest tools in the shed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys thought about this, but a subject for a unifying force. What if Leia was dropped off the Lars Homestead and Luke went to Alderaan?
Ooh, that is an interesting one. That would be an interesting one. Because there's so much mileage you could get out of that with the levels of, is the Luke making vroom vroom noises with his little airplanes genetic? is that, is that would it have been different had he been raised by Bail Organa?
Yeah.
Would he have been? Yeah. Oh, Mark's on. He's pondered that. Yeah, I mean that's an interesting kind of thing. I mean, you go down the rabbit hole too. Is like, what would have happened had they been raised together in either place, one or the other, somewhere else completely. Ruh-roh, battle droids. Other outfit. You are here. We are there.
Was that line from Tommy Boy? Well, if Moron is here.
Over explaining plot points for 1,000, Alex. There you go. We were talking too on a unifying force about, how many traits, even though it's retconned and that, Leia didn't really know Padme at all. She says, I had just had very few memories of my mother. It's like, well, you don't have any memories of your mother because you were taken away moments since she died. But how many traits of Padme that Leia ends up with?
Well, Anakin becomes a whiny bitch like Luke, so
and that carries right on over to the grandson.
Yes. Well, when he goes emo, absolutely.
Yeah, it just goes right down that way. But talking about like the potential of did Gio, are you still in the chat? What's we talked about, because I can't ever remember what Bail Organa's wife is. Would she have those same traits? Is that why that is you're raised that way and she was that?
Yes, yeah. So this line, who would make the ramification? Who is wise enough? And they pan directly to Jar Jar. Now, here's the question I asked there: do you think Palpatine's going like this, like under his robe?
Ooh, I'll count that one. Is he force influencing Jar Jar?
Mm-hmm. This is all his fault, which is in the books. They blame him, and that's why he gets ostracized.
Right, and that's why he becomes a little sad clown and just like people, yeah.
So that's my theory, is that Sheev is going like this.
You don't buy in for Jar Jar is the Sith.
Oh, I absolutely do, and I have a picture that I need to get signed by Ahmed of Darth Jar Jar.
See, I love the level of almost like incestuousness of the masters and apprentices. Is everybody else's master and apprentice. They're all interconnected. Is Qui-Gon is Tyrannus's or Dooku's apprentice, and there's Tyrannus's Yoda's apprentice, and craziness.
Well, it's easy to see because if you look at this, that they see somebody that's in the Jedi Temple, and they're like, okay, we can corrupt that person because we already know that he's got a base to go off of, and from there, whatever.
Yeah, I want to know, like, what was George's level of thought when he came up with the concept for Ewan for Obi-Wan's look in this film. Are we going for Obi Jesus, or is this just the an accidental thing?
I think that also that happy hour graphic that Jeff made with the picture of uh, Jesus Kenobi in a painting was probably one of my favorite ones that we had up there.
It is. It is that's great and amazing. And I mean, I know enough people that I can believe that urban legend has actually happened. Is you just
Right.
slip in a picture of Ewan McGregor instead of the picture of Jesus on somebody's mantle or dresser at home. Is like yes, that's probably an urban legend, but it's one that I will buy.
Right. Fellow Dello Felagets.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, they like me. They really like me. Great reluctancy, my ass.
So, how does he know at this point, or how is the coincidence he's talking about? Who's told him about this Grand Army of the Republic that's already made? Or when he starts talking about it, don't the Jedi who've just learned about that Slifer Diaz is like commissioned this 10 years ago just sit there going like, wait, this guy knows about this? What? They're just the levels of clueless that Yoda and Mace are in this movie. What's up, Blake? How are you doing tonight?
Hello, sir.
Oh, yeah. Let's just land this ship in some sort of exhaust vent.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an exhaust vent to like a furnace or something.
Yeah. So those are
Mm,
mirrored. Do you think they need a cloaking device or that's sufficient?
I don't know. Never seen a cloaking device on a ship that small.
Ah,
Aha. I just think they assume that, like, the bug people or whatever aren't technologically savvy enough to, like, pick up on the ships, or they just do whatever they want to do.
right.
We are doing amazing, Blake. It is a lovely day. If you want to, like, pop in and check out what we're viewing for a little bit, we're at 137, 137 ish right there, or just, listen to the random chit chat. Oh, yeah. That's the best closed caption ever. R2's little right there is listed as raspberries.
Yes. Snozberries.
I love that. Please wait. Beeping. Do you know where you're going? Yeah, and here's the silliness of the droid factory thing coming up, right?
More raspberries.
Woo! Uh-oh. Random. Yeah, this is unnecessary. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're done. You're toast. Nope. At this point, it's the like level of not counting the outfits. It's the counting how many times Padme died.
Yep.
Oh, it's like, nope, you're dead. Nope, you're dead. Nope, you're dead.
Rice, Blake, we're very happy that you like the new shirt. You look great wearing it at Batu yesterday.
Oh, excellent. As people are already out there, wearing the new shirts, get those recognized out there at West.
Yep.
Or East. Yes, East,
He
West.
he was at East last night, so he ran to Mark. Mark was wearing Punch Chewy, and Blake wore the Buddha.
Alderaan.
Yeah.
Nice. So, was any of this in this? And I think I know the answer. I'm just asking. Just was Anthony actually in the suit for any of this? This is all CGI. All CGI.
I think he was for some of them. I know he was definitely not in it for Phantom,
Hmm.
but he was on set.
Yeah. I mean, this whole thing it's kind of reminiscent of not Raiders, Temple of Doom. It's kind of reminiscent of like a Tom and Jerry cartoon. I mean, this is the kind of thing. It's like assembly line.
Right.
Beep, beep, beep. You know what I don't love on my D plus version, or at least on this screen,
Mm-hmm.
is how not blue Anakin's lightsaber looks. It looks so white, really. Not that I don't know. Maybe it's just the screen that I'm watching on.
Right.
Now, I think it would be amusing if they were like purposely subtly changing it, before it goes to red.
Right.
But I guess this one doesn't, or did this one get destroyed? That one got destroyed. It's another one I guess he makes. Ruh-roh.
Yep.
You're about to get Terminated.
Mm-hmm. Like this?
Yeah. It definitely doesn't look like the Anakin saber blue, Sherry. You're right. It might have some hints of purple or something. It's just I don't know if it's the contrast is weird or what. And that is Padme is dead right there.
Padme has become a Cadbury egg.
Yep. See, yeah, there, lightsaber destroyed right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, you gone. Well, I guess it's just putting it back together as long as your kyber crystal is intact.
Yep. Well, you proved that between Last Jedi and Rise that they are able to take a lightsaber that's ripped in half and reforge it.
You put some band-aids on it and try and
Literally.
sell it again as a different like $300, $200 thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Merchandising.
Uh-huh.
Merchandising.
Mm-hmm.
I'm afraid to really live. No, wait, no. Mixing it out horse. Yes, Troy, R2 to the rescue. He's the real hero of this entire deal.
He's also the keeper of the stories.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's the guardians of the wills.
Ooh.
I just died in your arms tonight.
Oh, that's some really 80s cheese like there.
It's perfect. To go to the lines of this scene.
Oh yeah. All right. So I want to see. We've all seen the meme of like Avengers fan casting if it was done in the 80s.
Yeah.
Who this fan casting of who would this be with like, Padme is Molly Ringwald. Padme is Molly Ringwald.
Okay. You could do Molly Ringwald, or you could say Alyssa Milano.
Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, that one's hard to wrap my head around because, like, Alyssa Milano just had that entire period where she went for like the crazy, just try and break out of my child star acting movies.
Right.
And,
yeah. No.
Yeah, that's the hard to believe. Yes, so we're gonna die. So I love you and stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Well, life finds a way. That's a movie I actually do want to see.
The new Jurassic Park.
Yep.
Yep. Oh, that one will be one I will be watching in my household because the second my wife saw the trailer of Chris Pratt riding horses, sold.
Right. Oh,
Sold.
Jesus.
Like, yeah, we're gonna have to go watch that crap.
Speaking of Chris Pratt riding horses, I saw a couple of clips of the test runs of Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind, and what they filmed with the cast looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey, at least it's better than the Ellen ride they had.
Hey, I got some really good naps in the cool on
totally
Ellen's
did too.
Adventure.
Yeah.
So don't be knocking that. That was where you go when it is super extra.
Oh, I absolutely did. When in my days of doing Disney by myself and doing Around the World by myself and getting way too drunk real quickly, need to find a place in the shade, take a nap, go right to the Ellen ride.
We out. We done.
Yep.
That and if you're in Magic Kingdom, the Carousel of Progress.
Yep. But then that song gets stuck in your dreams.
It gets dark. You're done.
But that song gets stuck in your dreams.
Oh, here we go. One of the weirdest reskins ever of the ride is some questionable deals. What?
I would probably say I was thinking Andrew McCarthy potentially.
Yeah.
Anakin, that's a major appliance. It's not a name. Oh, Rob Lowe, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Anakin's like too angsty for that. I don't know. If we're going down that.
Great, right? Shooter or something. You know that this was written at the same time as Beavis and Butthead, like shooter or something.
Oh, it's that. Yeah.
Have a good one, Troy. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
All right. See ya. Yeah, I mean, I think my bet for Anakin is the angstiness is got to be. I'm thinking Judd Nelson. I don't know. And then you continue and you flesh that one out. Is what's his face? Bull in the horns. Is the principal Vernon is Chief Palpatine? Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Wait, she will die. Let it go. Oh, mm-hmm. Here he is, Mr. BMF himself. It's like that ain't gonna fly. Right there. Oop, here's your celebration guest right there, right?
Yep.
Shakti. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, here's the droids. We've already got bazillions of like the fly people, but see, right there. Right there's your argument for why Samuel L. Jackson is still alive. Mace is still alive. Look at that flip. Look at that, like using the force to cushion your blow. Oh, we just carry spare lightsabers in our pockets. Well, why don't you guys do that? They brought you extras. Why didn't you? No. Oh, oh. Do we count it as a costume change, Sherry, when we go to the bear midriff because of the cat scratch? It's like, mow them down. There you go. Just taking them out. Now this is pod racing. No way.
Oh, start spinning. That's a good trick.
I think he does that later. Yeah, and to the level of humor too. It's like, okay, you just put a droid head on another droid body, and the body controls the head to do the thing, and the head doesn't control the body to do it. They're both the battle droid. Oh, now we're down. He was not very good at deflecting blaster bolts.
Nope.
He gone. These guys like do it like it's fun, and that dude just okay, I'll take out the Dooku. Nope. Uh-oh. No. That jetpack has had a rough life. So, boom, 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 bye.
Pretty much.
He's like, spin around, he gone. And now Dooku, the look on his face is like, okay, now I'm concerned.
Yes.
Spoiler alert, that's going to happen to you. Uh-oh. Bye-bye. Force push. Oh, here's your other quotable.
Yep.
That reminds me so much of The Fifth Element. Where'd you learn to negotiate like that?
Yeah.
I wonder. It's like from watching Star Wars. Oh, taking out the big praying mantis. Boop.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Oh yeah, just put it back on there. A couple of spot welds. Good as new. There's no like connecting cables or anything.
Yeah, right. Who needs that?
So these are the big like battle droids here that we see in Mandalorian, right? These are the
Super. There's a super battle droids there, which are there. Yeah. So you see that
yeah.
in the Purge when you see young Din Djarin.
Mm-hmm. And Anakin's just like, no, here, spin the stick. We going.
Mm-hmm.
Not convinced that was going to happen anyway. It's like, okay.
Right.
Okay, so you're a GI Joe person, like I am,
Yes.
right? What does the clone trooper ship remind you of?
I don't know the name, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
The October Guards helicopter, the
Yes.
Russian. Yes, it's the October Guard helicopter. I swear, it's a Russian helicopter that George has kind of put together there. I was just looking over that issue today, the introduction of the October Guard. We're learning about comic book art in my class this week. So, well, the last 2 weeks. So last week we learned about like my 4 favorite comic book creators: Bob Kane, Bill Finger, Stan Lee, Larry Hama. This week we're reading their work.
Awesome. So, hi, Laney. Yeah. We're watching Attack of the Clones.
Yes, we're Attack of the Clones. We are at 158.09, 158.09, or 158 like 12 right now. The big silos just fell down.
Go boom.
Clone battle going on. And this is your argument right there for the, are the Jedi warriors or not? They just jumped into being military generals and commanders real fast.
Yep.
No, they jammed the communications. Where's the big body? Is it grape or the raspberry? Only Lone Star. Yeah, see, just like that. Immediately, we're talking about forward command centers and commando. Oh, I'm in charge. I'm command. Mm-hmm. No, I'm just a keeper of the peace. Don't mind me. Oh yeah, is Fulcrum absolutely? That's cool. Is being the rebellion? The Jedi are presented as a whole lot of contradictions in a lot of the places in the movies.
Yes.
And then, not to keep plugging the unifying force, but I'm going to keep plugging the unifying force, is the choices that the Jedi force you to make, like Luke forcing Grogu to make the choice, is like sometimes the Jedi can seriously be like real dicks.
Yeah.
They just can, and Luke totally was being at that point. But that's an entire episode of the Unifying Force. Go check that out on the Virtual Cantina Network. Look for the playlist Unifying Force. Which Jedi do you think is the most militant? Ooh. What do you think, Spencer? Most militant.
I mean, obviously that, Obi-Wan and Anakin do get, general nods, during the Clone Wars. But there's an argument right there for Plo Koon. And there's a major argument for Yoda.
Yeah, that's who I'm thinking. Is you see Yoda he's the first you see really taking command of the clones. He's the one that went and got him. You see him commanding the battalion order, whatever large military group on Kashyyyk. You see him in the episode 1 of the Clone Wars, I think.
I think so.
Is the Yoda episode where he's commanding the troops and the high. Yeah. Right there. And he's given the directions to concentrate all your fire on the nearest starship.
Mhm.
These starships remind me of something out of like, what is it? Life, the universe, and everything. It's like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Right.
I don't know. See, yeah, I mean, I really think the most military one is it's got to be an argument for Yoda. Is your initial thought with just the personality of Sam Jackson is it could be Sam Jackson,
Yep.
but he's the one who like asked, who says flat out we're like keepers of the peace and we can't do that.
Yeah.
And his entire point in killing Palpatine is to like stop the whole deal. He's too dangerous to be left alive. We got to be done with this.
Yep.
Is it's not like I don't know. Well, ramming speed. And I mean, Lenny, it all kind of depends on the material you watch too. Is some of the stuff is you'll see the micro series episode with Windu he is just kicking complete and total butt of um every droid anywhere. But if you go for live action sort of stuff, it's this and Yoda, I think, is a good mix of both. As you see him doing this in the live action, you see him doing this in the Clone War, in the animated series. It's all over the place.
I can't get her. She's covered in sand.
And again, this is the level of denial right here. It's like, why did we not have a serious conversation after this?
Yeah.
Where was the serious conversation about? This is the Dooku on the speeder is like some of the worst CGI with the cape.
Yep.
Like, no, man, no. And then the random little like valet droid that just runs away. Yeah. We were talking about earlier how culpable is Amidala is like Padme. I don't know if instigated is the word, but facilitated a whole lot of this mess, and even the level of we just talked about on the episode of the Unifying Forces is the attachment formed to his mother and losing his mother, which happens earlier in this. But then that heavy attachment then transfers to Padme, and that's further going down the dark path.
So yeah, Jesus versus Sauron. Jesus versus Sauron right now?
Yes. Is that? Oh, no. Like that didn't work. See, but he got lucky. He didn't get his hand cut off. He just got like, slashed a little bit.
He got a little nick. It's like he shaved and he cut himself.
It's only a flesh wound. Mm-hmm. I'll do you for that.
What you gonna do? Bleed on me?
See, if you're looking for deep conversations about what's happening and you had things you hadn't thought of, the Unifying Force, new episode gonna drop on Sunday.
Ooh.
1 year retrospective and talking about the mothers in Star Wars in honor of Mother's Day.
That's very cool. I can't believe it's 1 year. It was the first show we did for the VCM.
Yeah, yeah, and we talk about that too, the impetus behind it and what was going on, and everybody. This one's cool. They just had to knock out the lights so it's nice and dark for the lightsaber battle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all episodes. There's 22 episodes streaming right now on the Virtual Cantina Network. 23 is going to drop Sunday morning.
If you could, drop the playlist in the.
I can do that. I can indeed.
But also in a post if you wanted to do that. Like when you advertise the 1 year retrospective, people want to go back and.
Yes. Very good.
Okay, so when we see Yoda coming through the shadows for this, it was just like awesome.
Oh, I love the part where he just like here and then just like goes all spider monkey on him.
Mm-hmm. Like a spider monkey. Hey, Dooku, I'm all hocked up on Mountain Dew.
That's good stuff.
Go complete Ricky Bobby on him.
There you go. So right there in the chat for this is a playlist to all episodes of the Unifying Force. And like I said, I'll do another post and we'll drop the new episode for Sunday. I think that'll be that's our first one not live. First one not live.
There you go.
Well, there you go. It's just like, let's do it, dude. And then you see Yoda pull out the lightsaber, and you're like, what?
The whole crowd went banana for that.
Judge me by my size, do you? Wow. This is kind of reminiscent, and this is kind of how we start to see Grogu move when Luke starts training him.
Yep.
Oh, and now I'm going to cheat and throw big heavy things at you.
Yep.
Or at them. Saved you two bozos. Pew, 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 pew. I forget what I ordered when I got this. You see.
Ah, very nice. Did you take a look at your?
No, we were playing. Like literally. I came in from work to lacrosse, from lacrosse to taping the Unifying Force, from taping the Unifying Force immediately into this.
Gotcha.
So I have not opened my fabulous, and I got some new stuff too. The new swag came in that I ordered because what was it? Sticker Mule had a sale, and I was like, too good to pass up. Too good to pass up.
I hate it when that happens. It's like, oh God, good sale. I'm just gonna go order it.
Yep.
I love how Yoda just grabs his cane after the big lightsaber battle and just goes back to his crip walk.
That's almost literally what that is. It's very reminiscent of Snoop.
Yep. He just needs his crunk cup.
The backwards talking and a whole lot is, Yoda smoking the ribs that explains a lot.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking about the other day. I was like, what songs I want to hear at Bunta, and I was
Mhm.
thinking, I want to hear some West Coast rap from the '90s, like some Biggie, some Tupac. You know,
Wow. I have nothing in my head right now except for Darth Spencer singing Snoop D-O double G. It's like Darth Spencer singing Gin and Juice. Hmm.
my mind on my bantha on my mind, right?
Yes, like a mantha.
Or I got my mind on my Spira.
There you go. Mind was
Sipping on blue milk and juice.
well, they're like, oh, where's and again, we still trust Anakin to take Senator to take Padme back to Naboo. It's like people, please.
I hope we see some Jimmy Smiths in Kenobi.
Mm, yeah, I mean, it's not like the man has aged today.
Yep. So I guess Yoda names it the Clone War.
I suppose that's what I was just thinking. It's like, why is this the Clone Wars? Why isn't this not the Droid War?
Right.
Because that's who you're fighting. This is who you're fighting with. I mean, some of it is just, and I love here you're hearing the Empire theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Because
the
it's a start.
clone. These are still the good guys,
But they were
but
clones.
you're playing the Empire music. Oh, here's your balcony.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. You picking out one of those flower pots to leave your offering in?
Yes, well, I'll figure it out somewhere. Evidently, it's state run, so I have to be very, very.
Oh, on sneaky.
Mm-hmm. 13.
Mm. Well, let's see.
But
Three.
she takes his hand, and he's got the gold robot hand.
Yep.
Are you the pleasure model?
No, there's Star Trek joke in there, but I'm not supposed to go there.
What Data?
Yep. Again, we hang out too much.
Yes. Well,
and there he is, directed by George Lucas.
there you go. Well, that was the second movie in our Finding Kenobi series. I love this movie. There's a lot of great plot points. I mean, I guess I think I really have an affinity for the second movie in every trilogy for some reason. Uh,
Don't start that.
no, but still, a lot of fun. I just want to remind everybody that we got a new episode of the Unifying Force on Sunday.
Sunday, and a new episode of Celebrating Autographs on Monday. Yeah.
Yes, and then Wednesday we're going to have a new episode of that Star Wars Funko show, which I'm going to be on. We're taping it this weekend, which will be talking about preparing Funko for celebration. And the
You are going to
reveals.
sell everybody on like flattening your Funkos, aren't you?
I absolutely am.
See, I am the opposite camp. I really think I'm going to take mine in the box.
That's fine. I'm just saying, if you're going to take more than one, you should flatten
it. How do you think I'm not taking more than one?
I don't know. Good night, Mark. Yeah, so that'll be great. We've got a couple of new shows next week. A lot of prep. Getting excited under 3 weeks now before the Boonty Eve Cantina. Please make sure that you come and meet up with us and have blue milk or a liquid Schwartz shot. That'd be
Yes.
great. Anything to close out, Dave?
No, I'm just, we'll echo the same thing. Come see us at Bunta we are actual real human beings and not just, well, one of us might be a flat person,
I'm
but
a real boy.
that's right. But yeah, come see us at the Bunta Eve and I will be more than happy to see everybody at Celebration as we'll be hanging out in lines together and it's cool panels.
Yep.
Excited to see some Kenobi. We will find him there. We will
Yes.
find him on the days.
Yes, we will. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. From Dave, and this is Spencer saying, may the force be with you.
This is the May.
What he said.